A thread by Carlos Osuida. Let's look at pathetic, psycho Peter Strzok, going back to his infantile lies about President Trump. From Breitbart, Strzok, Russia holds leverage over Trump. They are influencing his actions. Strzok is why the FBI was so screwed up for so long. He was banging a monstrosity. Another psycho who the FBI said, hey, this one's got moxie, let's hire her. I'd never heard of Cardi B, a fanatical Trump hater. She's a perfect illustration of Strzok and Page, all the other leftists values. Get out your vomit bag. Link in the description to a music video of a song called WAP. Please skip it. It's just degeneracy personified. Insanely hedonistic self-degradation that leaves you with absolutely nothing. The more you indulge yourself, the stupider you get. Cardi B is easily one of the dumbest people I've ever heard. Strzok is right behind her. The idea that Trump is controlled by Russians is debunked in a matter of seconds. Peter Strzok doesn't know that Trump inflicted the worst American military defeat on Russia in the entire history of any Russian incarnation. Russian Empire, Soviet Union, Russian Federation. Do you have any idea how hard it is to inflict 100% casualties on a 600-man unit? One of the survivors said that an entire mobilized rifle company died instantly. How? What the hell kinds of weapons were we using? I initially thought it was air power. But you can't instantly kill an entire company of men in armored fighting vehicles with air power unless unknown munitions were used. I'm sure now that Strzok knows, he'll say, well, this was arranged by Putin and Trump. Yes, Putin arranged to lose all his influence in Syria. He arranged to piss off all of Russia with hundreds of funerals. As the survivors said, the Yankees kicked our asses, and of course nothing will be done about it. Putin and Trump arranged for Putin to be humiliated by Erdogan. So Russia sent their troops, disguised as mercenaries, to Libya. They tried to disrupt the destruction of all Islamist terrorist groups by American citizen Khalifa Haftar and the Libyan National Army. All Putin does is disrupt. He gets his power by interfering. So Trump cleaned his clock in Syria, and the mercenaries stopped coming. Trump set up Putin. Strzok is too stupid to see that. He's still dreaming of this. The Russians in Libya attacked civilians. This was to discredit Khalifa Haftar. So somebody started shooting down Russian air support. Down, down, down went the MiG-29s. And then somebody killed the Russian ground troops. Again, specialops.org, Wagner Group suffered heavy casualties in Libya. Here's the deal. Nobody in the West understands Middle Eastern kabuki. Khalifa Haftar had one mission: rid Libya of jihadists. He accomplished that mission and then pretended to be defeated by actors. The result? From Al Jazeera, Libya rivals reach deal to allocate positions in key institutions. Obama left Libya 1,000,000 times worse off than he found it. Our Arab allies solved the problem with behind-the-scenes economic incentives from Trump. The way to reach breakthroughs is to help countries improve their standard of living. The professional diplomatic corps must be bypassed whenever possible. Peter Strzok is from a dead era. He may as well be communicating from 1918. Western diplomats ruined the Middle East for over a century. The Saudis welcomed Trump with such ceremony because he agreed to completely change the paradigm. We listen to them and help when asked. Middle Easterners have been practicing kabuki for centuries. It's how they save face. Trump accepts this. They run their region their way. You may have missed it, but Trump said he expects a deal from Iran within a week of his second inauguration. Add another deal to that one from YouTube. Afghan government and Taliban begin peace talks in Doha, Qatar. The American talking to both sides, Zalmay Khalilzad, one of the greatest diplomats of all time. An Afghan from YouTube. Qatar hosts intra-Afghan summit for peace talks. Forget the reflexive negativity. The Taliban refuses to talk to the official Afghan government, so they talk to their representatives, a distinction without a difference. Face saving. In the Battle of Mosul, Major General Abdul Wahab al-Sadi truthfully said that he had no foreign advisors. Western troops in Iraqi uniform accompanied him without speaking to him. Then they spoke to his staff. The staffers presented any new ideas as their own. You do things on their terms and you accomplish your goals. Peter Strzok is as dumb as a rock with an erection. Thank him for contributing to the Trump election landslide. Addendum. Since I was asked, yes, both Strzok and Page may be Iranian agents. Peter Paul Strzok II went to school in Iran and speaks fluent Farsi. His father, Peter Paul Strzok, is anti-American and an open supporter of the mullahs. And here's Lisa Page. Lisa Page tweeted a while back, January 3rd, 2020, I think referring to the austere scholar al-Baghdadi. Good riddance, but also God help us. Oh, no, she must be talking about Soleimani. She's talking about Soleimani. Good riddance, but also God help us. My mother emigrated from Iran in her 20s to forge a better life for herself. Iran is smart and strategic, and all over the world, Iran isn't an irrational actor, but they have the pride of a 5,000-year-old culture. I fear they're going to hit back in a way to remind America that they are a real and independent country. I hope I'm wrong. That's interesting. Okay. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I'm glad to be back from vacation. Thanks, y'all, for continuing to listen while I was away.